Have you ever heard of a ghost? How about one that's trapped in a bath? Today we're going to travel to Morocco and explore the legends behind the most haunted bathroom on Earth. Welcome to the Legends of Horror series, where each week we bring you a terrifying tale of the unknown. Tonight we'll be telling a scary Moroccan folklore horror story, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. In the heart of the ancient Medina of Fes, where time stands still and shadows stretch longer than they should, lies a hammam, a traditional Turkish bathhouse no one dares to enter anymore. It's known only as Hammam al-Mara, which means the bath of the forgotten. Rumor has it that centuries ago this place was a hub of activity. People came here to bathe and relax in the hot pools, to socialize and to be cleansed. Now its waters run cold and its pools are filled with trash and cobwebs. The only sounds that can be heard echo within its decaying holes and carry on the wind like mournful cries. The locals believe that anyone who sets foot inside the abandoned house will disappear forever or worse, return home transformed into someone else. They say the hammam feeds on human flesh and whispers to those brave or foolish enough to venture inside. Amina, a 26-year-old journalist from Casablanca, wasn't one to let superstition get in her way. When she heard rumors of the legendary hammam, she knew she had to visit. Although her grandmother warned her not to go, saying, "That bath doesn't wash away dirt. It washes away who you are." But Amina was determined to solve the mystery behind the abandoned building. So just after sunset she arrived at the location, following directions from a local street vendor who claimed to know its whereabouts. But he refused to go any further, pointing only with a trembling finger and claiming, "There it is. No one goes in, not even the rats." Curiosity got the better of Amina and she approached the structure. The sight before her was truly eerie. Standing alone in an open courtyard, the hammam looked like a relic from another time. An iron gate, adorned with peeling paint and covered in creeping vines, served as the entrance. Sunlight streamed through the cracks in the weathered wood, casting long shadows on the ground. Above, arched windows gaped like empty sockets, their glass long shattered and replaced by boards nailed over them. But it was the door that held Amina's attention. It hung slightly ajar, revealing a glimpse of darkness beyond. Hesitantly, she pushed it open and stepped inside. She found herself in a cavernous space dominated by a single massive pool, its surface still and dark, reflecting nothing but the meager light filtering through the grimy windows. Steam rose lazily from its depths, weaving between the worn tiles and mixing with the scent of mildew and dust. Around the pool, alcoves lined the walls, each containing a fountain or a small statue, their features eroded by time. In the center hung a lantern, its brass tarnished and drooping from its chains like a withered flower. All was silent except for the drip-drip of water echoing through the vast emptiness. Amina's footsteps were the only sound to break the heavy quiet as she cautiously made her way deeper into the labyrinthine complex. The floor, once vibrant with color, was now faded and stained. Carved wooden ceilings sagged in places and delicate fretwork had crumbled into dust. Each step brought new surprises, new horrors, and yet Amina pressed on, driven by an insatiable curiosity. Suddenly, she heard it, a soft splash. From the main bathing chamber, she walked toward it slowly. The water in the basin was still, but something moved beneath the surface. A shadow, a hand. Startled, she backed away. Then came the whisper, "Come closer." Not in Arabic, not in French, but in a dialect older than memory. She ran outside. The gate slammed shut behind her, and from inside the hammam, a woman began to sing, an eerie lullaby that sent shivers down Amina's spine. As darkness fell and the temperature dropped, Amina hurried back to the safety of her hotel. Unable to shake off the unsettling feeling that had enveloped her in the hammam, she sought solace in research. She scoured books and articles, searching for any mention of the strange bathhouse and its haunting lullabies. Days turned into weeks, and still she couldn't find anything concrete. Only fragmented tales and hushed whispers of a place steeped in myth and legend. One evening, as she sat in her room poring over a dog-eared book of local folklore, she stumbled upon a tale that made her blood run cold. The story was one of an ancient curse, a malevolent spirit that had taken up residence in the hammam and preyed on the souls of its visitors. They say the spirit was bound to the hammam by an ancient pact, forever seeking new vessels to inhabit. It was drawn to the life force of its victims, draining them of their essence, until they became mere shells of their former selves. The horrifying realization dawned on Amina. Could this be the reason behind the hammam's sinister reputation? Had she inadvertently unleashed this ancient evil by setting foot inside the cursed bath? Driven by a newfound sense of urgency, Amina decided to confront the entity head. Armed with ancient incantations and relics designed to banish malevolent spirits, she returned to the hammam, determined to break the curse. As she stepped inside, however, she realized that the fight would not be easy. The hammam seemed to have a life of its own, its shadows twisting and contorting as if mocking her efforts. The oppressive atmosphere seemed to weigh heavily on her chest, making it hard to breathe. But she pressed on, reciting the sacred words, her voice echoing through the vast chamber. Just when she began to lose hope, something happened. A crack appeared in the wall, widening until a blinding light poured through the opening. From the depths of the hammam, a guttural roar echoed as the spirit fought against being banished. The air grew thick with the stench of decay, and the faint outline of a shadowy figure emerged from the gloom, its eyes burning with hatred. With a final surge of strength, Amina completed the ritual, banishing the spirit back to the netherworld from which it had come. As the light faded and the oppressive presence lifted, Amina collapsed, exhausted but triumphant. Yet as she looked around, she realized that her victory had come at a cost. The hammam was in ruins, its walls crumbling, its pools filled with debris. The spirit's rage had taken its toll, leaving behind a haunting reminder of the battle that had raged within its walls. Though the immediate danger had passed, Amina knew that the spirit could return. The hammam was now more unstable than ever, a gaping wound in the fabric of reality. She vowed to keep watch, to monitor the hammam for any signs of the spirit's return, for she knew that her battle was far from over. Yet as the days turned into weeks, a strange thing happened. Instead of returning, the spirit seemed to have vanished completely. The hammam remained quiet, its malevolent presence seemingly gone for good. Amina breathed a sigh of relief, allowing herself a moment of joy before turning back to her vigil. After all, she knew that the spirit could return at any moment. She couldn't afford to grow complacent. As the months went by, however, the respite continued. The hammam remained silent, its secrets buried beneath the sands of time. Slowly, hope began to bloom in Amina's heart. Perhaps she had succeeded in banishing the spirit forever. Perhaps the hammam would finally find peace. And so, with a mixture of caution and optimism, Amina decided to move on with her life. But the legacy of the haunted hammam would forever be etched in her memory, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of everyday life. Today, the hammam is still abandoned, standing as a haunting reminder of the legend that surrounds it. Some say that on moonless nights, you can hear the whispers of the forgotten, calling out from the depths of the ruined building. Those brave enough to venture inside claim to have seen the ghost of a woman in a tattered robe, eternally searching for her lost child. And some say that if you listen closely, you can hear the faint sound of a bubbling bath, waiting to welcome its next victim. So if you find yourself in the ancient Medina of Fez, be careful where you tread. And if you hear the sound of running water, turn back before it's too late. Because in the heart of the city, in a forgotten corner of the bustling market, lies the bath of the forgotten, waiting to claim its next soul.